just hold short of, I'm supposed to be hold short of, Romeo for now.
Okay, Tango, Kilo, hold short Romeo, American 870.
Max 2908 to right.
American 2908 tower, low runway 27 right, wind 270 at 8, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 279, Max 2908.
Switch out 4819, right turn at November, and then taxi via November, Kilo 3 to spot 9 and contact the ramp.
November, Kilo 3, spot 9, switch out 4819.
Alright, I do believe we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Cap Mike here. We're in Amsterdam, and we're going to head on over to Glasgow. This is a KLM flight, flight 945. I have everything all set up, ready to go, and we're going to back out on our own power this ride. So, we're completely disconnected. We're on APU power and bleed, so let's get going. Anti-collision light, and we're going to start number 2.
Tower, 2 my flight, my sure it's present.
Number 2, my flight, radar service, terminated 6 good day.
American 1752, visual,
American 1752 tower, runway 27 right, wind 27010, clear to land.
Let's see, in the real world, they did this ride in an hour and 10 minutes, so we'll see what we can do. We were a little early on our earlier ride today from Innsbruck into Amsterdam. I think I have to adjust that screen a little bit. And start number 1.
5069, right November, Kilo 3 to spot 9, contact ramp.
November, Kilo 3, spot 9.
Jet 89 tower, runway 27 right, the wind is 3808, clear to land.
Clear one, roger.
American 626, Kilo 3, spot 9, contact the ramp from there.
Kilo 3, spot 9, give it.
American 1752, if you could ever reduce your final, you're about 40 knots faster, strapped to your front.
Oh, okay. They told us 175.
Okay, but it's close enough. You can start reducing now.
And we are good here. Don't need you. Hey Jackson, how's it going? Alright. Alright, we're going to back out on our own power here, so. And you know what? Let me get that clock going first. We've got 18 left on the way out. A little far, but alright, let's get you set. You and give me TA auto. Let's have a look here. 'Cause 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 'cause
6211, next available right turn and taxi to spot,
All right, that's all looking pretty good. Exterior lights, we are good. APU is needed. It's off. Master caution recall. We got a clean board. Flaps are set. Transponders TARA auto. No, it's TA auto. Weather radars auto. Flight controls are free and clear. All right. All right, let's go. I'm doing pretty good, Jackson. Pretty good. I'm getting 2 rides in here today. So that's always a good day. And then tomorrow we're starting to put up our Christmas decorations. So I'm hoping I can get at least 1 ride in tomorrow. But that'll be in X-Plane because I'm going to run a night flight. I prefer X-Plane 12 night lighting over MS-2020, 2024. So, but MS-2020 has been absolutely beautiful these past few rides. Not seeing any aircraft here, but I didn't see any on the way in either. So this will be a good stability test for 2020. I did the flight from Innsbruck into Amsterdam a while ago. I got it shut down, ready for the next flight, and just let it sit here. I went, I had dinner, it sat for a while. Probably about 4 hours since I started that ride. And I just ran this one right from the get-go. No shutting it down, nothing. So we'll see how this goes. And we're swinging all around to November 2. November 2. Right. And we're cleared across 27. Man, she is nice and smooth now. This is beautiful. And we don't want E5, we want N2.
Fly heading up 230, runway 27 left, clear to take off. Heading 230, 27 left, clear to take off, 230.
And we're good to cross.
American 1041, right turn at Tango, taxi to Tango, Kilo Spot 8, contact ramp, get it.
Tango, Kilo Spot 8 ramp, American 1041. Tower, Hunter Flight 1196 with 1127 right.
Hunter Flight 1196, tower, runway 27 right, wind 260 at 8, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 27 right, Hunter Flight 1196.
T-minus 6208, T-minus 6208, 5074, take it down to the high speed, make the right turn on Kilo, taxi to Kilo, Kilo 3 to spot 9, contact the ramp, get it.
High speed, right turn, Kilo, Kilo 3, spot 9.
Tower, American 463, 0 right. You take the B, right? That's a right. American 354, tower, hello, fly heading 230, runway 27 left, clear to take off. 230 is a heading clear, take off 271, American 354.
All right. Let's get you going, you going. Ten notification is complete. Exterior lights, we are good. Engine start select is to continuous. Auto throttles arm, transponders TARA, auto park and brake release 40%, and we're gone.
Charlie, United 1765, we're in a 2 mile mark. United 1765, hello, runway 27 right, the wind is 270, clear wind. Clear to land 27 right, that's it.
Let me just switch out this chart right here real quick. I said we had Bergie 4. 4E. All right, 40%. Stable, Toga.
585 Delta Whiskey Tower, fly heading at 265, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
Thrust set. Airspeed's active. Check. Throttle hold. We're stable through 80. Gear up. Oh, it's a pretty cool view. Flaps 1. Beautiful view out that window. Beautiful view. Flaps up.
Over departure, 5 Delta Whiskey.
United 1765, continue kilo 6 kilo 3, spot 9, contact ramp, get out.
Man, that looks great. You have to squint just about. Beautiful. So I used the auto today, earlier today, from 400 feet on. Now I'm handling it myself, and she's handling beautifully right now on the way out. Beautifully. That is an amazing view out that window. All right, you can have it now. Pretty cool departure, and we're right on the money. Inbound AM 009. And let's switch on over. That is a great view. Hey, Stephen, how's it going? Nice, 4060 Ti. Yeah, 64 gig of RAM. Yeah, you're looking pretty good. Nice. It looks pretty decent in 4K here. It actually looks like it's 3D. At least over here at this airport. On the taxi out, looked pretty good. All right, that's coming up on 10. And you're off, and you're off. And so far, beautiful ride.
sign Mach 77 or less for this for your flight?
No, yeah, previous control gave us that 77.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we'll still need that traffic crossing.
All right, we're inbound AM 008. From there, we're going to hit Bergy, and that puts us at the end of the SID out of Amsterdam. And we're going to 327 now.
Jeff, well, thanks for flying normal rate up to 41 fine.
Thanks, Jeff, we're at 6, normal rate, 241.
Oh, we got aircraft up here on the move. They just don't show up on TCAS. I can't figure out why.
Contact center 134.97 today.
3497,
I should see if they're in the 3D panel popping up and just not showing up on the pop-out panels. I wonder if that's what it might be. TCAS will talk to us about them if they get a little too close, but we just don't see them on the display.
29, contact center 127.17.
271, Victor.
What are we looking at here? 80 miles now to top of climb. We got 422 to go.
Southwest 1646, plan to maintain flight level 350.
Level 350.
And let's see, KLM did this ride in an hour and 10 minutes, so we'll see how close we come to that. And we're going 353.
1646, contact 127.17, and they'll hire for you there.
27, 17, Southwest 46.
Great view. And we'll let them run around. So at Bergy, we need to be above flight level 9,500 feet. 9,500 feet. 9,500 feet. We're at 15,000, 16,000 right now, so we've got that beat. And we were well above 2,500 at 009, so. Hey, Lucas, how's it going? A little hazy out there now. We had a pretty cool view on the way in. It wasn't this hazy. Pretty much had a nice view the whole ride. So at Bergy, we should have 13.1. We're at 13.4 right now.
Bravo crossed 9090 miles east at flight level 280. Okay, so cross 90 miles at flight level east and north to 201 level.
I got another aircraft out in the distance on the move, heading in the other direction. I just left Amsterdam and we're on our way to Glasgow. A little over an hour run. All right, Bergy, we should have 12.1. No, we should have 13.1. We're 13.2. And we'll have 8.5 when we get in right now. We've got 400 miles to go with 60 miles to top of climb. And at Bergy, that puts us at the end of the SID out of Amsterdam. So let's lose that chart. And we're going to 298.
JetBlue 1197, Flightdeck MJ.
Oh, the water looks pretty cool. Gets a little bit of weirdness in it every now and then. But without that, that looks really great.
Flight 72, north. Talon Flight 72, heading 220. Heading 220.
And then tomorrow, if I can get a couple of rides in tomorrow, or at least one night ride, that'll be an X-Plane 12 instead of MS-2020. And then I should have all the glass screens for you back here, the MCP, as well as the moving map display and everything else. So you'll be able to track it as we go along. Yeah, we got another aircraft out there on the move. One off here, 11 o'clock as well, or 9 o'clock that is.
Downtown 2993, contact center 124.52.
Hopefully we'll have some when we get into Glasgow. That should be in range.
Good afternoon, it's 216, 2800 for 1,000. 5216, climb and maintain 16,000, straight direct to Providence. 16,000, that's Providence. Portugal 201 Bravo, change flight frequency, Portugal 201 Bravo, reset form 1462. Portugal 201 Fox, and call 201 Bravo. 101
He's a little further out than the last one though. Another 5 minutes or so, we should be leaving Amsterdam's airspace for London. Nothing but water. The clouds look pretty cool. You can see the shadows on the water. Looks pretty nice. Let's see, Super, we should have 12.3. We're 12.3 on the fuel. 8.5 when we get in. 25 miles top of climb, 365 to go. Oh, in all, another great run. And that's without turning off the computer in between rides. So I went from Innsbruck to Amsterdam, went and had dinner, left this up running, sitting at Amsterdam. There's another aircraft on the move. Pretty cool. It probably sat for a couple of hours or so. And then I came right back in and we're going from Amsterdam to Glasgow. And so far, there hasn't been anything, not even a minor glitch. It's running great today. All right, Bimba. 12-1. We're 12-2 on the fuel. We're looking pretty good. And that'll put us into London's airspace.
Air Shuttle 6139, direct to Bel Air, on board.
Yeah, as soon as I get to cruise. Wife needs me for a hand. Once we get to cruise, we're cruising at 34,000. We're 31 and change right now. And we're going at 281. Clouds look nice. Yeah, I think up next it's time to get a few night rides in here. And we're inbound Tulsa. The 52 knot crosswind whacking us right now. Got a ground speed of 428. What are we cruising at here? Mach 0.78. That's all right, this ride. We can keep that there. Imlan is up next. Clouds are starting to thicken up a little bit here. Hope we have a view on the way in. All right, that puts us at cruise, flight level 340, and that's 23 minutes from the gate, 18 minutes from the runway. My wife needs me for a bit. I will be right back. And matter of fact, we'll put the next one in here, 301. I'll be right back.
Good afternoon, Falcon 790 Delta Charlie 12.3, climbing via the tip up to 16,280 MSP this time.
Falcon 790 Delta Charlie, looking at good evening, normal speed, climbing 230.
Normal speed up to 230 for 790 Delta Charlie.
Green Mountain Tunnel, please for 360.
Upper 1600 green an hour. Clear 514, clear direct pilot.
All right, the wife is taken care of. Oh, we can stretch out here. We're going to be a cruise for a little bit. What are we looking at here? 158 miles top of descent. We got 313 to go. And at Rovni, we should have 10.9. We're 11.6 on the fuel, 8.5 when we get in. And what do we have on the way in? We've got AGP into runway 23. Let's have a look at some of that stuff on the back end now. And 1G, is it? Yes. No. Yes. We get picked up at Agpid. Agpid, we need to be flight level 260, yes. Haven, 250 knots or below. X should be TLA. And then we have Lannick. Lannick, we need to be below 230 knots at 7,000. Then we're going to head into Glasgow. Pass over that. Let's put this in right now. Airport elevation is 26 feet. That's fine. Missed approach, climb to 3,000. Initially straight ahead to 2,500. Or distance of 2.6, yep. Or whichever is later. Then climb left turn, hold at 3,000 or as directed. Okay. And we have 228. 110.1. What are we looking at right now? We got a decision height for CAT 3A, CAT through to CAT 2. And we're looking at all right. So that looks pretty good. Right, and on the way out we got 228 for 2.6, and then we're going to swing the U-turn back to Glasgow and try again if we miss. All right, that looks good. When do we get on this chart here? Agpid. About another 150 odd miles will be on that chart for the arrival. There's another aircraft on the move out there. Not bad. Hey, Big Bertha Sims. A fortune? Yeah, pretty much. I saved for 15 years to buy this flight deck. Yeah, you're looking at six figures. This is the Bentley of the skies, I guess you could say. The flight deck was made by Flightdeck Solutions, a Canadian company. Now they're just making hardware for commercial companies. So I don't even think you can buy one anymore unless you're a commercial entity. So I was fortunate enough to get in early with the company 10 years ago and was able to pick up this whole deck, brand spanking new. That should be in range.
3435, Kilo Charlie, come on.
Number moderate, 258, 11 o'clock, 10 miles.
Oh, hey, Rodney.
Yeah, it should be fine. I was looking towards maybe.
Oh, thanks, Big Bert. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm getting 2 rides in today, Rodney. I'm hoping I can get at least one in tomorrow. Thanksgiving's over, so, and then the weekend we usually put the Christmas decorations up outside the front. So my wife's working on fixing up a couple of the bears as it is. So I think she's going to want to do this tomorrow. I think that's her hint. So I'm hoping I can get at least, well, I should be able to get one in here once it gets dark, but not going to be outside. But it would be nice to get a couple in. But I am going to do night flights tomorrow or Sunday, depending on whether or not I get any in. And then that I'm going to run in X-Plane 12. Right now I'm running Microsoft 2020. So that's the great thing about having this type of setup. I can run between MS-2020, 24 or Laminar X-Plane 12. And I prefer X-Plane 12 at night for the night lighting. So I believe I have the best of both worlds. I get some pretty cool night lighting in X-Plane, and I get some amazing daytime scenery in Microsoft. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That should be in range. And what do we have at Rovni? 10.8 on the fuel. Right now we're at 11. And we should have 8.5 when we get in. We've got just over 100 miles now to top of descent. 106. And we have 261 miles to our destination, Glasgow. Yeah, Rodney, I think I do. I mean, some people may disagree, but I believe I have the best of both worlds. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get a ride in tomorrow at nighttime. Oh, the second Monday? Ah. Yeah, we're the last Thursday of the month. Yeah, it took a little bit of work to get this entire flight deck working on 2 base platforms, but now that a lot of it is done, that's pretty cool. So, and I'm using Device Interface Manager for MS-2020, 2024, and I'm using FDS to XP when I'm running X-Plane 12. So, Boxing Day, yeah. Did you watch that Mike Tyson fight on Netflix? I didn't. I don't have Netflix, so I didn't watch it. So some people were happy. I hear a lot of people were disappointed. I hear them talking about there was a no knockout clause or something. I don't know. I don't know how it could be a professional bout if you got something like that in it. But
flight level 250 for 6.
Making 1558.
But I'm sure Tyson and Jake made a pretty good penny. A little over 100 miles we should be on that arrival chart now.
Alright, then maybe right. That's the
Well, actually I started saving for this even before I met my wife. I saved for 15 years to buy this. So my wife knew what she was getting into right from the get-go. And when we left Brooklyn, because we were living in New York, I told her even before we bought the house. I said, listen, I'll buy you a house in Florida. I said, but the garage is mine for my flight simulator, my cockpit. And my wife back then just looked at me like, you know, like I had two heads. Like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever you say, dear, you know. And then, I don't know, we were down here about a year and a half. And then I went and I told my wife, Dawn, you got to get the car out of the garage. Why? My flight simulator's coming. What? My flight deck will be here in about an hour. And then this big tractor trailer pulled up, and the guy came out with his big high-low and started taking out freaking crates. And that was it. It's been here ever since. All right, Tendo, 10-6. We're 10-7. Still holding 8.5. 80 miles top of descent now.
Got on the radar. I think we're going to be on top of it.
Yeah, that's another thing too. The 2-minute rounds. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. But I guess money talks nowadays in the boxing world. But if you wanted to see Mike Tyson again for a decent sparring session, I guess that's pretty cool. And nobody actually got hurt, so that's even better. And we're going to 312. And the fuel is right on the money. What do I swap out? I have a few cables that I have to move over when I fly, because when I fly MS-2020, my outer screens are plugged into the main computer. So I have two HDMI cables that I actually have to switch over. I just plug them into the two side computers, that's it. You know, that's easy enough. And then these glass screens all run on the same computer as 2020. So the bottom one I don't touch. I just have these three. So I move 5 cables, that's it. And then I just bring up, well, FDS to XP opens up on its own when I open up X-Plane. So this one I have to run Device Interface Manager on its own, and then I have to pop out the screens. You know, I have a few things that I have to do to get this running. But it's fairly easy. And it's easy to go between 1 and 2. Less than 5 minutes. I think the biggest thing is I have to turn the computer off because I have to do the cabling. So this way the computer doesn't get mixed up when I boot it up again. Everything comes out right and all the screens are in the right position. So that's the only thing. But it's easy. I should be coming into range now. And we're under 100 miles now. We should be on that arrival chart. Under 60 miles top of descent, 213 to go. Pretty cool ride. Let's take a look at that. We're good down to where? We're good all the way down to 7 for Lannick. And we need to be at 26 at Ekped. All right. Top of descent in about another 50 miles. We'll give them a couple more minutes before we lock them back in their seats. Let's see. Were you a pilot before? Oh yeah, a long time ago, before I met my wife. And my wife was like, you know, that's going to be too dangerous of a job. So I ended up having a gun strapped to my hip. Go figure out that mentality of thinking. Although I did start working out for the New York City Fire Department on an ambulance. But it was pretty much a dead-end job. You couldn't go anywhere in FDNY unless you knew somebody. So the opportunity came along to do a lateral move into law enforcement. And my pension would be the same because it was still part of NICES, which is the New York City Employees Retirement System. So I did a lateral move into law enforcement. I made sergeant in 4 years. And actually made the union. I just got elected into the union hall as the secretary until, and then I got sick like a month later from 9/11. A year later, I was basically done, retired on disability. That's why I'm so ever grateful that I took the time to save for this flight deck. I mean, I never knew that I was going to get sick and be stuck at the house a lot. But if I just had television, oh, I'd lose my mind. This takes care of a large part of my day. Not just sitting in here flying, but setting up the flight beforehand, which is pretty cool. And hardware cable-wise, yeah, I move what? Two USB cables and no, 2 HDMI cables and 3 USB cables. That's pretty much it. And when I run MS-2020, I'm running an AMD 7950 X3D. That basically runs the entire show with an ASUS 4090 board in it. The ASUS 4090 board runs my 3 exterior screens at 4K, and it runs my captain's primary flight display and nav display. The Gigabyte motherboard runs the center display, and it runs the first officer's primary flight display, nav display, through the onboard HDMI port that's on the motherboard and an onboard display port that's on the motherboard. And then I have the bottom monitor that hooks up to a VGA to USB 2 that's also on that motherboard. So I'm able to connect 7 monitors, which is pretty cool. When I fly X-plane, though, the demand is just too much. I have 1 computer, 1 view, 1 computer, 1 view, with that being the server, 1 computer, 1 view, and then 1 computer for the glass screens below that. Oh, thanks, George. I appreciate that. It's cookie time, Shadow Man. Yeah, he didn't fly with me today. He didn't have his passport. We're overseas. Yeah, he's not allowed out of the country. He didn't have his shots. Later, buddy. What are we looking at? I've got another 28 miles top of descent. Let me go take the medication she just brought in for me. She brought meds in for me, and then she took Shadow out to go have his cookies. I'll be right back. Those are the easy meds. Just a couple of pills. Not like that other stuff I gotta breathe in. Alright, that should be in range. And what are we looking at here? Under 50 miles now, we should be on that arrival chart. We've got 20 miles top of descent. Let's get them back in their seats. And I said, we're good all the way down to 7. Alright, Cockpit, we need to be at 26,000. Haven is max 250 knots. And then Lanark, 230 knots max at 7,000. Do not proceed beyond Lanark without ATC clearance. I did this ride an hour and 10 minutes. Right now, we're 47 minutes from the gate. 41 minutes from the runway. And we've got 169 miles to go. And it's been another great ride from MS2020 and PMDG. That's a number of them now in a row. Pretty cool. I'm liking it. Whoa. We just get a weather update there. The clouds look wicked. Nice. All right, we're approaching land now. Nice. Yeah, I tell you, the hardware just adds to the whole immersion factor. You come in here now and you just get absorbed by the whole simulator. It's like the garage doesn't even exist unless you turn around and look to break the immersion. Because these monitors, the 75-inch monitors, come back past here. They're like back here. So they're well past my shoulder, and I'm not even in my flying position. If I'm up here, where I'm normally going to be, my shoulders aren't even past here. So 180 degrees, my peripheral view just picks up nothing but the simulator, which is pretty cool. Nah, I don't think so. Mascot, my sister-in-law is deathly afraid of flying. We're on our way down. Here you go. That's 49 minutes from the runway. And she was in here for a couple of minutes and couldn't even take that, knowing that she was on the ground, wasn't going to die, nothing was going to happen. The only way she was going to get hurt is she tripped getting out of the flight deck. But she just couldn't handle it. Weird. So, I don't know. I don't think it would. Maybe some medication along with it, maybe. Because she gets medicated when she flies in the real world. Big time. Like she's like dopey medicated. And she sleeps for most of the ride, if not all of it. All right, native. We should have 9.7 on the fuel. We're 9.7 right now. Looking pretty good. We should have 8.5 when we get in. And we've got 147 miles to go. And let's see. About 20 miles we should be on that arrival. Chart. And so far the PMDG has performed beautifully, the auto flight system. The past few rides. Very nice. And the view is just spectacular. The sun, I believe, is just starting to come down now. And man, what a nice little yellow, orange kind of glow to it. Pretty cool. I know the camera's probably not doing it justice, but nothing I can do about that.
Flight 935, heavy contact approach 124.8.
We may even be a little late getting in. But we were cruising at Mach point 7.8. I usually punch it up to Mach point 8. But this is going to be the last ride of the day for me, so I want to stretch it a little bit. 301. That's a pretty cool view. Very nice. All right, within 9 miles, we got to be on that. Chut. Chemtrails, yeah. You can't see them from here. They're behind us. Alright, let's get you set as well. Alright, what do we have here? We're coming in at what? $143. Oh, see, it did it again. VNAV disconnect when I put in the VREF speed. Interesting. Alright, 228, 228, 110.10, 110.10. We've got the land altitude in there. That's all looking pretty good. We're pretty much set. Here you go. We're on the arrival chart. Right on the money. Oh, man, that is looking great. Big, puffy clouds, man. They look great. Whoever they had working on them did a great job. Man, they look good. And now we're going to continue on down. It was 26,000 at EGPF. Very nice. Up next, we're going to slow to 250 knots at Haven. Everything in here? Oh yeah, if I turn off this light? Yeah, oh yeah. There's all backlighting on all this stuff. Tomorrow when I go for my night rides, you'll be able to tell, that's for sure. Camera might not be picking them up because the camera's set for the daytime flight. I have to set the opening and all that other stuff depending on if I'm flying daytime or nighttime, so. Let's see. Oh, you saw them at night, yeah. Yeah, the backlighting, I tell you, Flightdeck Solutions did an amazing job on the backlighting. Really did. Breakdowns, Johnny Bravo. This is set for random failures, so I have no idea when it's going to happen. I've had a few. I've had an engine go out on me. I've had the alarm go off for pressurization. Oh, yeah, I've had a few. Yeah, this is about as real as you're going to get. This is a 1-to-1 scale to the actual 737 NG aircraft. The company that made this makes hardware for commercial airline companies like Southwest. So, yeah, this is about as real as you're going to get, unless you're going to get into the multi-million-dollar simulators. We're inbound Haven. 250, then 282 inbound Tala. All right. Yeah, my wife just grabbed him, brought him inside for his cookies. He'll have his cookies and then he goes to bed. He sleeps right between us, right up at the head. I have my pillow, my wife has her pillow, and there's like a space in the middle where there's no pillow. That's right where he sleeps every night. It's amazing. He has his routine. And if my wife is not ready for bed at like a little after 11, he starts to freaking wait for her at the bedroom door. It's too funny. Man, that looks fantastic. Look at that view. Man, that is absolutely stunning. Motion sickness in here? No. Not at all. Only time I got motion sickness was when I was flying in the real world. And usually around the summertime in the small aircraft. Because you have the heat just radiating and bouncing up off the ground. And when you're in a small 152, I mean, you're sitting there like this. You know, it's amazing. And then as soon as you get over water, it smooths right out, man, like glass. It's amazing how much heat gets freaking reflected, pushed back up over the ground, and what actually gets absorbed into the water. It's pretty cool. Surround sound? Oh yeah, there's surround sound underneath the flight deck. There's 2 speakers behind me, 2 speakers in front of me. There's a center channel in the back here, and then there's a subwoofer underneath that gives me the vibrations in the flight deck. I actually had to put it on a rug because the vibrations were a bit too much. I actually had an additional 2 speakers back here, but it was a bit too much. I actually took them out. A couple of Bose. That should be in range. And we're going to slow to 250. Let's get in here. Coming up on 18 now. Let's have a peek. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization, land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. And decision height, and that's all looking pretty good. Local QNH is in. Recall, we got a clean board. And we're coming in at what? A buck who? Buck 43. Oh, hey, it did it again. That's interesting. So that's repeatable. I should actually maybe make a film of that next go around and show that to the guys at PMDG. Show them what's going on. All right, here we go. We're going to start slowing down. I'm going to beat you to the punch and give you speed brake before you even ask for it. So Haven, we got a max speed of 250. And that sun coming down just looks absolutely stunning, man. It's like a yellow deepness, and it starts as it comes in. You get that reddish orange glow as you get closer here. Beautiful view.
You got 15 left, right?
And we're going to 282.
15 left for traffic, contact center 128.22.
Drag required. Yeah, I'm already ahead of you, pal. I'm ahead of you, buddy. I'll even give you a little more. And I think this actually timed out pretty well as far as the time of day. This looks pretty nice. Just before sunset. I didn't time this. This just worked out this way. Between rides and me having dinner. Cool. Clouds are starting to build up again, though. I hope we have a view on the way in. And you're good now.
Cover 440, maintain level 330, countdown to 124.55.
All right, we're 80 miles out now. And we should have 8.5 on the fuel when we get in. Unless I can't put it down. Alright, so from Tala we're inbound Lanark. Lanark a max of 230 at 7,000. Alright. Great view. I hope you're enjoying the ride. I always do when I'm in here. Would have been interesting if I kept a logbook like I did in the real world. What would have been accumulated? I'm sure a tremendous amount of hours. 303. And we're inbound Lanark. And then from Lanark we're on the approach. Be nice if the clouds stay like this. Broken up. Give us a nice view. Nine four on the fuel. Looking very good. That's an hour and 2 minutes from the gate. 57 from the runway. And we've got 70 miles to go. Might be a couple of minutes late. That should be in range. Oh yeah, they use speed brakes all the time in the real world. What a great view. I don't remember what course index I used this ride. I'd have to go back and take a look. But it would be tied into the course index and your rate of descent and whatnot. A little bit of a flicker there. But they are far and in between so far. And the system's being hammered with past the ultra settings. I have all the ultra settings in there, and then I move the sliders all the way up full right. For the level of detail and I guess the distance, or how many objects get drawn, they're maxed out on the sliders. So I can't put them any higher than that. Oh yeah, we're getting pushed around a little bit here. So that's an hour from the runway out of Amsterdam. 58 miles to go. And Atlantic, that puts us on the approach. And we're doing 2-3. So next we're going to slow to 230. Get some air in here, a little warm. And we're holding 7 here for a bit. No, we can continue on down. What are we holding at? 3? All right, Atlantic, 9.2 on the fuel. We're actually 9.1. We're 100 pounds behind. 8.6 when we get in, though. We'll have plenty of fuel. You did her in the red light district, yeah. All right, that should be coming into range now, and we're slowing to 230 knots. Beautifully done. All right, that's enough air. So we're going to pass over Glasgow, make a right-hand turns, come on up, swing a U-turn, and come on in. So far, it's been a beautiful run. All right, we got 45 miles to go now. Got some hills or mountains we're going to pass over here. That's a great view down there. It would be nice if Microsoft had a way to put partial lights on here and there during this time of day where they're just beginning to pop on at different spots and then just having them come poof, here they are. What a great ride. I just hope the camera is set up. I don't know if the camera's going to get the nighttime stuff all that great if we don't get in soon. I will hold this until 13A. Yes. Looks like we do have some lights on down there. From what I can see. I don't know if everything's lit up just yet, but maybe it does work like that. I really can't tell from here. But it looks like we do have some lights down there. All right, we're on that chart now. And let me bring that up. the only thing that we have as far as an arrival is Terminal M. That's it. They didn't show a gate on FlightAware for this ride on the way out. I mean on the way in, just on the way out. We got a right turn coming up and then a U-turn. And we're going to 048. That's a great view. I would think dusk through dawn. Or dawn through dusk. MS-2020. And then nighttime rides will be X-Plane 12. Because dusk looks pretty good right now. With some of the lighting on down there. Should have a nice view out that right window. And we're going to start slowing up here. I want to enjoy this view. This timing is pretty nice. Hopefully the camera's going to give you a decent view, but I'm thinking the camera might be set up for daytime. It may not look that great for you guys. Give me 5. Let's slow up. Yeah, hopefully the view will stay nice for the camera for this run. Approach will be without ILS. I could do it without ILS. I've been doing a lot of RNAVs lately. I haven't really run a ILS flight in quite some time. I think I did one. Did I do one just to test the aircraft, make sure it was all right? No, I think I took it. I don't think I did know it'll land in quite some time. Wow, it's warm in here again already. And give me 10. All right, we got a U-turn coming up, and we're in. And let's light them up. Let them know. And we are swinging around. That's going to be 228 on the heading. And then we're holding at 3 on the way around, right? 4:30 in the morning. Wow. Oh, you're in Poland. Wow. Yeah, that's real early in the morning. You sound like me. That's usually when I go to bed, 4:30 in the morning. I'm usually up most nights because I can't sleep. My legs and my back and my breathing keep me up. That looks great. Look at those mountains, hills, whatever you want to call them, sticking up. Beautiful view. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right, that's enough air.
302, Charlie Juliet, center Roger. Descending 105,000.
Hopefully we're going to get in before it gets a little too dark for the camera. What are they, all windmills out there? It's hard for me to tell. Can't tell. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Whole ton of them. And so far this has been all auto flight. Since I've given it to it, it's been flying beautifully. Yeah, 3:34 in the morning. That's usually my time frame. And that's only if my back is bothering me. If my breathing's bothering me, I'll come in here and I'll probably do a ride to take my mind off my breathing after I do a treatment. But if it's my back or my legs, I'll just go watch TV. Because I could pass out at any time. All right, let's pick up the localizer. Another beautiful run. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Great view, man. And what are we looking at? We're at 11 miles out. I've got the runway approach lights. And you can pick that up. Come on over. We're going back to 3. Give me the gear. Single channel. $15. Great view. Beautiful view. And give me 25. And we'll go right to 30. Yeah, the sun has just gone down over that little mountain hill there, whatever it is. And give me 30. Hopefully it's not too dark for you guys with the camera now. The sun's really going down now. Yeah, she's probably good from dawn till dusk. But then the night lighting starts to get to be a little bit too much. Kind of looks like it's drawn on. It's just missing something. It's missing that pop. Auto flight's right on the money. Yeah, we're about 12 minutes late. Ouch.
2, expect light south north altitude.
27-2.
United 727, flight Mexico 330.
Beautiful ride. My bird. I got control.
001, 10,000.
That's a great view right here.
Go ahead.
14 knot headwind. Prepare for landing. Welcome to Glasgow. What a beautiful ride. What a beautiful hour wait. Actually, let's get you up and running. And we'll take this one right here. META and test. And view. Well, I hope you enjoyed that ride, man. I had a blast. And we're in Pier M, which is right over here. We could pick a gate, any gate, basically. And we could shut you down. We'll come around to the inside, get that APU a little chance to start up.
4555 from level 300.
4555 and a roger.
You can come on back.
998 Mike Alpha, traffic 10 o'clock, 10 miles northbound, altitude is 5,600, type unknown.
And we'll say that was about a minute. Short taxi in. That's interesting. It's like we got some floating orbs here in the air. That's weird. Very strange. There are no poles at all. They're just floating. Interesting. I think the airport's haunted. Pick a gate, any gate. All right, we'll go right here. This guy must be waiting to get the baggage.
In November, 998 Mike Alpha, the traffic still is kind of slow, 5 miles northbound, 5,600.
All right, hit that. You let him run around. Now, give me the menu. Now, ground services. Alright. And jetway request. Is it going to come? Let's get ground. Set the chucks. Request a jetway. Here it comes. Cool. We're waiting on ground power now. And on the chocks are in position. We can lose the brakes. Waiting on ground. Hit the wrong button. And give me AC as well. I like the gate working like that. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That's another advantage over X-Plane. Networking doesn't work in X-Plane, so you won't get these disappear on the back end. So, and ground power is available. Confirm. Let's get on unconditioned air. You're off already. You're off, and you're on standby. Let's have a peek, and then we'll shut down completely because I'm not getting another ride in here. Electrical power, we're on ground. We're set for unconditioned air. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical power check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. Exterior lights as needed. We have logo in position. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Parking brake is off. And let's shut down completely. IRS selectors to off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Bleed air panel. You're off on. That is looking pretty good. Engine start selected to both. AP or ground power disconnect. AC/DC selectors to standby. And battery switch off. Alright, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had 2 good runs today in 2020. It has been performing beautifully. And for those of you that were with me today on either one of these 2 rides, I always enjoy the company and the conversation along the way with my friends. So I appreciate you stopping by, that's for sure. And if you enjoyed the ride, give me a like. From what people tell me, it means something. I have no idea. But let's take a look. Did I miss anything here? Okay, 3:30, I remember that. Fantastic, I remember that. Real, yep, looks good, okay. Too bright, yeah, that's because it's nighttime now, exactly. I'd have to change the settings on the camera, and I'd have to get out of the flight deck in order to do that, Rodney. Oh, thanks, Patrick, I appreciate that. Alright, parking brake isn't kept on even when chocked. No, once the chocks are in place, Patrick, the parking brake is going to come off. And the reason why they do that is they want to pull the pads away from the disc so that they can cool off, being that we just heat them up on the way in. So, alright, everybody. I think that's pretty much a wrap. And I'll catch you on my next run. I'm hoping I can get a ride in tomorrow. It will be in X-Plane 12, though, to get a nighttime run or 2 in. Alright? Alright, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care.